The human brain, the most remarkable and complex organ in the universe. Some say it contains 10 billion neuron cells. This is about as many as there are stars in the Milky Way. But others say it probably has more than 100 billion. End to end, the neurons of the human brain equal the distance of the Earth to the Moon. How did the human brain develop? Life began approximately 3 billion years ago. First, there were algae, then bacteria, then invertebrates, then fish, and then reptiles. "200 million years ago, the primitive brain of the great reptiles enabled them to survive through primitive responses alone. For example, aggressive defense of their territory. Responses such as these also exist in modern man. Approximately 100 million years ago, the paleocortex developed, incorporating emotions such as apprehension, fear, and the beginning of memory. In a situation of danger, the instinct for survival is demonstrated by flight. Time has passed. Approximately 100,000 years ago, the neocortex developed. It represents 85% of the cerebral mass of the human brain. Now the interpretation of ideas is made possible. Calculations. Elephant plus club equals food and hide and bones equals art. It is therefore the neocortex which enables man to think and reason, to behave in a civilized manner. Well, almost. The reptilian brain, the paleocortex or primitive mammalian brain, and the neocortex or modern man's brain. Unfortunately, communication between them is not always perfect.
I'm sorry.
Why don't you look where you're going, you idiot? You're not going to let him get away with that, are you? Huh?
Is there anything wrong here? Well then, move on.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Wonderful, we're approaching the brain. Now you'll be able to see how this remarkable organ functions. It contains billions of neurons with billions and billions of synaptic connections. You'll see it's extraordinary.
But how can we possibly be of help, Professor, if the brain is such a perfect organ? Is oxygen really so important to it?
Yes, very important, Globin. The brain's needs are really enormous. It uses 2,000 litres of blood a day, which provides 60 litres of air. This is 20% of the body's oxygen requirements. Without us, if the brain were deprived of the oxygen we supply, Fainting, and then loss of consciousness would occur. If the supply was cut off, say a few minutes, the brain would suffer irreparable damage and the whole organism would simply die.
Is anything wrong, Professor? Have you lost your way? Oh, we'd better move.
Move along, please keep moving. This is not the place to stop and have a chat.
Move a little faster there, Gramps.
Good heavens, what a day and age. There's no respect for the elderly. In my day, children were seen and not heard.
Oh?
Can I help you carry some of your oxygen bubbles, my pretty Globin? Oh, whoa!
Calling all organs and blood population. Accelerate the blood circulation immediately. I repeat, accelerate the blood circulation immediately. Please respond to an urgent request from the heart.
Well, Professor, aren't you coming with us?
No, children. You see, we are independent of the rest of the body. What happens elsewhere doesn't concern us.
Even if it has to do with the heart?
Oh, no, the brain doesn't obey. It commands. It has absolute priority, Globin, even over the heart.
Oh, no. Not you lot. Take that passage over there.
But why aren't they coming with us?
Because oxygen is what the brain needs most. And also sugar. But they have to take special passageways assigned to them.
Professor, when will we be near enough to the neurons to give them oxygen?
Never, my dear. Neurons are too sensitive to come into direct contact with us. It works rather differently, you'll see. There you are.
Come on there, Jumbo, hurry up.
Somewhere inside the dendrite nerve end, a little messenger is waiting to relay the message along the axon.
Thank you. Thirsty, is he? Right, we'll transmit that message.
Our messenger is now arriving at the end of the axon, which splits up into numerous nerve ends. Each nerve cell has 100,000 synaptic connections, and as we know, the brain has 10 billion nerve cells. Try to imagine how many synaptic connections there are if these two figures are multiplied. Little chemical messengers now arrive at the nucleus of the neuron and pass on their messages to be processed.
And so, what are they asking for?
Jumbo is thirsty, sir.
It's terribly hot.
Shall we ask for the breathing to be accelerated, sir, do you think?
And also for a rising temperature, sir.
We'll send messages to the heart, the lungs, and the diaphragm. Isn't that right,
sir?
Have you finished showing off? Your job is to transmit to the medulla oblongata. Is that clear? It will decide the rest. Get going now, all of you. Move.
Sugars for the cortical zone are 12.
Faster pulse rate.
Iron permeability insufficient in sector 2083. Sending messengers.
He's thirsty, sir. What shall I do?
Transmit to the hypothalamus that it must order Jumbo to drink.
What?
Oh, no, we'd only waste time doing that. It's not that urgent.
Now look here, we've already made the temperature rise.
And also asked for perspiration.
And the acceleration of the breathing.
But I still say we must transmit the order to drink.
No, we must first ask the heart to beat faster.
And the lungs to breathe harder and the thermoregulation.
No. We cannot ask for everything all at once.
We must get our priorities right.
Oh, you old fool. You're the old fool.
Quiet, idiots!
Now wait, huh? We'll transmit everything to the forebrain and it will make the right decisions.
Bravo!
Good idea.
Bravo!
But what about our responsibility?
These neurotransmitters really move fast.
Yes, at least 1,000 times faster than we do.
Yes, but that's only the transmission of the orders. Each order relies on previous knowledge, memory, experience, and reason.
But how does a brain manage to know so much?
That, Globin, is the great mystery of the brain. The quantity of data that it is capable of storing defies imagination.
Oh, please tell us more, Professor.
Well, let me see.
Move along there, please. Hurry up.
The brain receives information from all the senses and all the organs as well. It then distributes the information among its neurons, or nerve cells, if you prefer. It's thought to happen more or less as follows.
Transmit pain.
First, we must register that a thorn pricks. Register that the prick of a thorn hurts. A thorn prick causes a wound that bleeds. Please commence manufacture of proteins for the storage of this information. Well, where are those proteins? We must hurry. The information to be stored is arriving.
This way, proteins.
A thorn pricks. That way.
This way for the pain, please. Straight ahead for the blood.
Blood is red. This way, please.
Blood is sticky. This way, please.
Blood stains. This way, please.
Blood is warm. This way, please.
Hot, hot. Oh, here we are. Well, that's not too complicated. Sounds quite simple.
Oh, no, Globin, it's not that simple at all. Because when a thorn pricks you, it isn't just the few messengers I mentioned to you that carry the necessary information to the brain for storage, but thousands upon thousands. Each one carries a different message. The information about this drop of blood will be filed under a great many headings, such as smell, taste, temperature, and composition.
Well, Rose, register that it smells good.
Register that a rose is soft.
Register that a rose is beautiful, sir? Ah! Yippee!
Register that a rose is as light as a feather.
Register that a rose is fragile.
Careful, thorns can hurt. Register that.
A rose is pink.
No!
What?
Red!
A rose is pink.
A rose is white.
No, a rose is yellow.
No, it's
I'm
not.
telling
It's
you,
white.
a rose is
Yellow.
pink.
Stop, that's enough now. Stop arguing. In fact, you're all correct. Because roses can be all those colours and more. All the colours she saw must be registered, so get a move on.
But, Professor, how does the brain manage to store all that information and what happens to it?
Oh dear, you have not been paying attention, young Globus. When, for example, the eye receives information or perceives danger, it sends this message to the brain, which draws on its stored knowledge and orders the necessary action to be taken.
Thorn pricks. I must transmit this.
Transmit that she must be very careful. Thorns prick. informed the cerebellum immediately that there's a risk he might lose his balance.
Oh, I don't think we need to worry about that, sir. Surely he will react by reflex straight from the spinal cord.
Let's not take any chances, shall we? Transmit to the regions concerned.
This is the cerebellum control room. There's a risk of loss of balance. Automatic regulation through reflex action. Activate automatic regulation. Inform the cortex to take emergency measures.
This is the cortex control room. Order left leg to move forward quickly to help regain balance. Instruct the hypothalamus to order the adrenal glands to pump adrenaline. As a precaution, bring the arms forward in order to absorb the shock if he should fall.
So the brain knows, controls, and stores everything.
It knows mainly those things we consciously inform it of. For the rest, it stores only about 1/100th of what we unconsciously perceive, because the brain receives all the information at the same time. Noise, shape, colour, touch, feelings, association of ideas. It stores the most important information.
But which part of the brain gives orders, Professor?
Well, each part of the body is controlled by a specific area of the brain. A larger area is required by the more sensitive parts of the body. For example, the face and the hands. What is it?
But tell me, sir, does the brain have total control of the individual?
Oh, well, that's more or less right, but the communication between the different parts of the brain isn't always perfect. You see, the most primitive part always tries to dominate.
I'll show them. I'll sort these two out.
Just listen to that healthy cough.
Speed up the pulse, increase the blood pressure, make more sugar, get ready to attack! Now, calm down. Don't get all worked up about such a trivial matter. Slow the heart down, get rid of the extra sugar. Why doesn't he mind his own business?
Who's in control here?
The brain contains 100,000 million cells, 10 billion billion connections. It is capable of 1 million reactions per minute. To write the number of possible connections, you'd need a figure with 10 million kilometers of noughts, or 26 times the distance between the Earth and the Moon.
And that ends our story of the brain, the most fascinating organ in the universe.